We celebrate today this great doctor of the church, St. Teresa of Avila. And in our gospel passage today, truth, and those who are in positions of authority are being criticized. And it's very clear at the end of the passage that they're acting with hostility towards him, get him about many things, catch him. The exact same thing happened in the life of St. Teresa of Avila, now today proclaimed a doctor of the church. She lived right after the Protestant Reformation from Spain, and she was put before the Inquisition. She was considered to be a heretic. She was criticized heavily by the priests and the bishops of her time. Her teachings and her writings to be filled with error, and her putting forth of this mystical union, but also very much so this focus on the humanity of Christ, and was seen to be dangerous. She did great work for the church, of course, was vindicated eventually at better times in the church. I want to put forth a few quotes which I think are important, particularly in the midst of what we're dealing with in our own world, in our own country, in our own church today. St. Teresa of Avila says this: "Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. Everything passes away except God. God alone is sufficient. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. Everything passes away except God. God alone is sufficient." In our own lives, this need to trust in the providence of God, in the love of God, in the reality of God, and to not allow the things of this world, the things consuming this world, to disturb or to frighten, but to remember that God himself is immutable, unchangeable, and thus we put our faith and we put our trust in him. Teresa of Avila says this: "The devil will try to upset you by accusing you of being unworthy of the blessings you have received. Simply remain cheerful and do your best to ignore the devil's nagging. If need be, even laugh at the absurdity of the situation. Satan, the epitome of sin itself, accuses you of unworthiness. When the devil reminds you of your past, remind him of your future." I'll say that again. When the devil reminds you of your past, remind him of your future. Some of you know that I often quote St. John Vianney as well. St. John Vianney as well would again and again quote that Satan is a very silly and stupid angel. And he would laugh in the face of Satan. And here Teresa of Avila says, if need be, even laugh at the absurdity of the situation. Satan, the epitome of sin itself, accuses you of unworthiness. When the devil reminds you of your past, remind him of your future. Thus, once again, being rooted in that understanding that because of our intimacy with Christ through the sacraments, because of our intimacy with Christ through the Eucharist, through prayer, we are called to then not allow Satan, not allow the world to disturb us or to frighten us, because everything will pass away, but Christ does not pass away. And thus our union in him, our union with him, in prayer, in faith, in sacrament, everything else can pass away. For we know that our future is in him, and we know that our future is intimacy and union with him in the glories of heaven. And so we keep our eyes focused on him, particularly during turbulent times and trying times, whatever they might be in your own life. I've mentioned before that I'm doing Exodus 90 with some brother priests, and we have our fraternity meeting every Wednesday evening. These are priests across the diocese and also some seminarians as well. And last night, one of the brethren who clearly admits that he was heavily addicted to television his entire priesthood and is now mourning and grieving a little bit in his own life, rightfully so, asking how much time he has wasted watching television and watching sports, and just seeing a lot of grace in the fact of it and freedom now in his own life, and really like rejoicing in the Lord and being thankful for this new sense of freedom that he has experienced. But also very clearly he says, I love my parishioners who do watch 24-hour news and who do consume themselves with constant absorption of the negative media. And he said, I see so clearly that I'm able to more focus on the truth of the reality, which is the people that are before me. And the truth of my life, which is the people who need to be anointed, the people who are sick, the people who need counseling, the people who I'm doing marriage prep for, the people that I'm preparing for First Holy Communion, the people that I visit, the people that come to me. I'm able to actually be more present to them because I'm not consumed by the world. And I'm less disturbed, I'm less frightened. I'll put those words into his mouth, but it was really a great meeting last night, speaking very clearly about how when we focus on the Lord and we don't allow the world to consume us, we can all the more be set free, we can all the more be focused on the good things that the Lord has for us. So in the words of Teresa of Avila, let nothing disturb you, let nothing frighten you, even Satan. And when the devil reminds you of your past, remind him of your future.